Welcome to the Get Hit podcast. Gang in here. I'm your host, El Picante, número uno, Poco Loco, Imano Loco. Now, today's episode, as I said, I'm here by myself. Today's episode is sponsored by, guess who again? It's sponsored by Pharmadex. Bring your pharmacy to you. Pharmadex offers a wide range of collaborations with local pharmacies. This ad is very long. Pharmadex offers a wide range of Pharmadex offers a wide range of local pharmacies for you to get your medicine from. Pharmadex sees the incentive and wants to help local businesses thrive, especially in the pharmacies during the pandemic. As such, they have given every first delivery free. That's right, get all your medicine delivery free of charge, but this offer is only available to people in Toronto for now. So check out Pharmadex at Pharmadex online. That is PHARMEX, as in Xmas for you non-Christian folks. Online, ONLINE.com. Once again, Pharmadex.com. Bring your pharmacy to you. All right, let's get the show started. So Happy New Year or some shit like that, bro. Like, I haven't been doing this for a while, but basically, for the new ones, like, or for the listeners, you already know. But for the new folks, this is a podcast where you could talk shit and you could feel yourself talk shit, because like I feel like we've been condemned to just not tell our opinions because everything has become so PC, right? So I just wanted this to be an outlet of where you say the things that you want to say, although we might not necessarily agree with you, but we all hope to find comfort in knowing. All right, so let's get to what we're talking about. So over the years, actually not over the years, I've been wondering for a while, right? And I was like, well, a lot of things that are going on that I don't understand, right? And mostly it ties in with race, and I'm not here to play the racial card, trust me. Like, mines are not really about that, right? But sometimes I think about it and I'm like, is it really black people's fault that we get shot by the cops? Yo, hear me out for a sec. There are racist cops, right? There are very much racist cops. Don't get me started. But sometimes I think I'm like, okay, I'll give you this scenario, right? So, to the people who know the Fenches, right? Like, let me not mention the name, but if you come to Toronto, call it the Fenches. Like, the Trenches and the Fenches, the Uptees and the Northmans. Like, I'm not part of them, right? But not recently, like I think about a few weeks ago, around the New Year or so, or even before the New Year, right? That's around December something, right? We had a shooting. Okay, like the police investigating and all that. And I was driving, I was just backing up into my, into my spot, my corner spot to get into my house. And I realized something. I was like, there was this car, right? Okay, so basically they blocked all the entrances, so you only had to use one entrance to go in and out. That was the longer route, and I didn't like taking that route to my house, so I took the shorter route, and this guy followed. So tell me how. This guy was right behind me, okay? This man, I went to my place, like I made my left, I went to my curve, But whilst I was there, you're waiting for the police to just open the way and, allow you access to where you're going. All right. This man now goes right, okay? Now this guy does a U-turn, comes back and start blasting music and just starts speeding up in front of the cops. Guess what? He was fucking black. So I'm like, my guy, like, the police are not after you. They're conducting their own investigation. It's 12 fucking o'clock, going to 1 a.m. in the morning. You open your stereo so loud and you start revving your engine and you're speeding. You're doing like what, 70 in a 40 lane just to irritate some motherfuckers, bro. I'm like, sometimes I'm like, bro, what do you get from irritating the cops, my guy? Like, it's like you're putting a bad rep on us, and sometimes I do get it, you know. And I really wanted to speak on this, right? Like, hear me out for a sec. Racist cops are always gonna be racist, right? But I feel like sometimes we as black people, we've been conditioned to think that we belong to this place. Like, we don't. Just because you were brought here by ships doesn't mean you belong here. You were forced against your will to play according to a country where the rules weren't made for you, right? And not that I'm complaining, but I'm like, fam, you know, you guys are like, oh, it's bad, it's shit, it's bad, it's shit. But how many of you guys have actually been to Africa, man? I hear all these complainings like, yo, and sometimes I feel bad because I'm like, if your area is not working for you, you have to move. That's what, I'm an immigrant. Ghana wasn't working out, so I moved, right? It's not working out for you, and you're staying here. Do you understand what I'm saying? Sometimes it's like, I feel like a lot of black people are so scared to make a move because we don't want to, like, I feel like internally we want to make a difference, but we don't want to pay the cost. Like, a white motherfucker will move outside to start a new life, change his name and all that shit. But not a lot of black people do that because we are so family oriented. Like, we want to sit, like, we're so complicit to change. We want to sit in the same neighborhood, in the same spot. Like, I feel like there's some type of nostalgia towards it, you know? Like, we don't want to move away that far for opportunities because we're like, oh, we're not gonna get this black store. Or all I see is excuses, man. Just say, like, if you're supposed to move out, right, and you could get a lot of money made, why don't you move out for now, get yourself a lot of money, and come back and establish yourself better? And the thing is that we don't like taking risks. Not a lot of black people like taking risks, my guy. And the thing is that our culture doesn't even support us taking risks. It doesn't. Like, tell me, like, bro, the pandemic is bad. You know, there are other opportunities, like in China and all that stuff. Yo, if you want to learn more about it, you know, holla at me. You know, I got you. We could talk about stocks. We could talk about all those stuff, right? But, like, a lot of black people don't like taking risks. They're like, oh, the pandemic, but it was killing people. Yeah, I get it, right? But at the same time, too, people are utilizing the better portion of it. And I think that sometimes it helps us to, it makes sense for us to think a bit different. First of all, we are very divided. We are not united. It's like we want what we want for ourselves and ourselves only. And sometimes when we try to help other people, we know that internally most of them may turn on us. I feel like that's why we're more likely to work with other races than our own race, because we know what we are capable of doing to each other in terms of sabotage, that we'd rather take a risk working with somebody else to succeed. Like, I had some people, right? And we reached a certain point, like, yo, these guys know themselves if they listen, you know? I asked them, okay, so I've been driving them from place to place. I remember, like, we went bowling or something like that. I've been driving them from place to place, right? And I was like, yo, listen, like, can your motherfuckers just support, like, gas money? Bro, when I asked them for shit, all of a sudden their face changed. Like, no man wanted to pull up again. No man wanted to do anything again. Right? But I'm like, bro, you guys have been in this car since morning. I've been driving your motherfuckers around since morning. And when I'm asking for gas money, none of you niggas can spare a couple of dollars, bro. And the fact is that they were working. Like, there was one person in particular, he knows himself. He was working a lot. And I'm like, fam, like, Why? And he wasn't just working one job, he was working two jobs, and he was eating steak on the daily. Steak, my guy. And all I, bro, like, if you were supposed to take, like, let's say the bus, right? You spend an average of $3 per ride. Okay, the places where we went with the car altogether took about 5 hours. Now calculate that with a bus. Bro, you would have spent like $15-20 because you're going back and forth into different districts and shit, right? And I'm here asking you for like what, $3, almost $5, and you're so stingy that you don't want to even share, but you have the audacity to eat steak. Yo, this podcast, I feel like it should be titled "It Be Your Own People," bro, because sometimes I feel like ourselves as black people, we don't allow ourselves to succeed. And even let's think about the equation of like black people, you know. That's just because this is a racial thing, and I feel like maybe I'm talking about the things that I know because I am black, right? And I can't really relate to the white side, so that's why sometimes I feel like I'm not talking to the white side. But psychologically speaking, I feel like a lot of things that go on that we, like black folks, we usually turn a blind eye to, you know. Like, for example, like, we really don't, apart from changes, we really don't like to be, how do I say it, independent. I feel like a part of us or a portion of us still wants that dependency, especially our women. Tell me how you expect the guy that you're dating to have it, like to have bank, but you are more reluctant to work on bank, like to work and get your own money. It doesn't make sense to me. A lot of women, you know, let's take out the equation of, you know, of black or white. A lot of women, but let me talk about my side because I know my side. Like, I've talked to a lot of girls, a lot of women before, and so far their agenda or their agenda has always been get you a guy who's balling, get you a baller, get you somebody who already has it, right? But what I don't understand is that, what are you really dating the man for? Are you dating him because he has it? Or are you dating him because he happens to have it and you're attracted to him? Because I feel like most of the time, if that were the case, right, then a lot of women who are dating them because they happen to have it would just date one person at a time. Hear me out. You can't tell me that all those rich motherfuckers are as attractive as some broke men that you've seen. You can't tell me that. Somebody might have money, but they're not as attractive. So if you're dating them just because they happen to have it, I feel like the circle will be limited. I feel like most women just date because the man has money and the man could take care of shit. The man could do that. How come most women expect the man to take care of shit, and at the same time too, when he leverages his money over your pussy, it becomes a problem? A lot of women won't agree with me on this, but I feel like there was an engineering scholarship, right? There was an engineering scholarship. Mind you, we went to the same school. We went to the same classes. We did the same things. There was an engineering scholarship back at my school, and no woman took it. It was just for women, right? No women took it. And the money actually... I farted, bro. Whoa, what the fuck? But not like the money actually went to waste. Yeah, I can't get over it. But the money actually went to waste, right? And I asked myself, I was like, why don't a lot of women pursue engineering? Why don't a lot of women pursue like the other sciences? You know, because engineering is the other math principles, right? Not science, math principles. And the fact is, I think not a lot of women want to work, man. I think ideally they will want somebody to take care of them, but somehow be able to call the shots on the person who's making the most money. That's why sometimes I think that when a woman has it all, or when a woman happens to have a lot, they go as far to flex it on a man. Most women, not all women. Trust me, my girl is not like that. I hope not. But like that's what I've noticed. Like most of the time when women have it more than the men, they proceed to overexert. For example, like with a lot of female bosses that I've seen, I feel like a lot of them are overachievers in the sense that they want to literally tell, like they want to diminish the man. I don't know if it's like it's a condition or something like that, because there was a TikTok about it, like a construction manager is like, or me going to work, going to tell the men what to do for the whole day, and she was so excited about it, and I'm like, that's fucking pathetic. If you're a woman and if you do that, you're fucking pathetic, because it's like you literally want to have a lot of money because you want to control the man's life, because you feel like mostly money is the leverage that you could have over the guy, because the guy doesn't have money. And yo, I'm coming to the guys too. Like you men as black men, especially the young black men that I've seen, bro. Young niggas are so full of shit, bro. First of all, why the fuck do you guys sag? I listen, like, I'm from Africa, right? I'm from Ghana, Wagwan, GH. Now people sag, but back then, if you sagged, are you fucking gay? What? Well, like, okay, I don't. Okay, why will you go out of your way? Because this is how I think about sagging, right? Why will you go out of your way to show your underwear to a bunch of guys and not call yourself gay? What? If a woman did that, me personally, it might be attractive, especially when she's wearing the thong. But yo, let's just run it back. You get what I mean? Right? If a woman did that, I'd be like, damn, I want to hit that. You know, you get what I mean? Because if depending on how the booty is and everything, it's sexy. But if a guy does that, I can't help but wonder, like, does he think it's attractive? Okay, listen. Some girls might think that's attractive, but yo, those girls have issues on their own. But if it's like you wear a belt, like they have designer belts, and because I've worked at MCM before. Long story, I'll tell you later. And the designer belts, right? You go there and you personally pick the hole that you wanted. So you take the measurement around your waist, they punch the hole, how many holes you want, and they put it in, they cut the belt to your length. It's a long process, right? But what I don't understand is that you go there, you get all these belts, you have a belt in your pants. The purpose of the belt is to keep your pants or your trousers above your buttocks or your ass. And somehow you have conditioned the belt to not keep its purpose. Like, how the fuck will you, bro? It's like you tell me that you buy a car, right? Or you know, it's like you tell me you buy a bike, right? Okay, you're supposed to ride the bike to places, right? But instead, you put the bike on your back, and you run with the bike. Doesn't make sense. Like, you've literally conditioned the belt not to do its purpose. You bought the belt to keep your pants above your butt, but now you bought the belt, and you personally punched a hole so that your ass shows. What the fuck? Bro, I feel like people don't put much emphasis on it, but I personally think it's gay to sag your pants. I as a straight man, I don't know what maybe like underwear turns on gay people. You know what? I feel like if I find Joel, I'll ask him, like, when you see a man's boxer shorts or a man's ass, does it turn you on? Because I just want to know, because as a straight man, I don't see somebody sagging and be like, bro, you're good looking, you know, because that's fucking gay. And I don't understand why people sag, because I'm like, what do you expect? And when the thing is that when a lot of gay men come to you and they're like, oh my god, I like your underwear and shit, you're like, oh bro, fuck you, I'm not fucking good, you fucking bro. I'm like, are you not? If you saw a woman, wouldn't you look? The straight guy, if you saw a woman with like her undies, you'd be like, oh, and when she bends down, bro, we've all been there, we've all seen that ass. Then she bends, it's there, then you're like, you start going down with the ass, you start rising up like you're being baptized, but that's different, right? And also, back again, bro, like I feel like a lot of black women, the reason why the black community is failing is because black women have allowed themselves to be with these fucking losers, bro. These fucking bitch ass losers, fam. I feel like a lot of black women now sometimes have low expectations. I don't know what happened, but it's that everything that we saw was that the immediate effect. Like, we're like, does he have Jordans? Does he have this? Does he have that? How about next time you ask yourself, bro, do you have a bank account? Right? Do you have a, not because you're using him. I feel like sometimes it's depending on how you ask it, it's nice. Like, be like, hey, do you have any investment opportunities? I would like to chat with you over stocks for some time. I'd like to chat with you over financial opportunities for some time. Like, you women, bro, listen, no guy, right? There are 3 things that will let a guy, like a straight guy, or, there are 3 things that will let a straight guy or a gay guy, because they're guys, they're not women. Gay guys are guys too. Okay. There are 3 things that will let a guy work his ass off. The first thing, first and foremost, is women. Bro, no matter how poor your family is, you still want to get a lot of women. The second thing is family. Right? Family. I put women before family. I'm going to explain. The second thing is family. And the third thing is freedom. That's freedom to buy shit. Freedom to do things. And you know what that in turn does? It gets you what? The women. So technically, there are only 2 things that a guy wants to work his ass off. Because he knows that if he gets that shit, he's likely to get a lot of girls. Or a lot of women. Family is the only independent thing from here. Like, oh, I don't want to see my family suffer. Let me help them. But the third one, that is to get more shit, is to just assist the first one. That's to get a lot of women. And I think that, most people don't understand this, but women are the sole, like, in the straight community, women are the actually number one benefactor, like the number one key role to a man's success. Not because like behind every successful man there's a woman. That's bullshit. Okay, Bill Gates started making him by himself. Amazon, the guy Jeff Bezos, he made it. He got divorced. And almost every single billionaire started making it before they met their wife. Okay, so don't give me that bullshit. Almost every single billionaire, and please debate me on that, I beg you. But yeah, but the reason why I'm saying this is that, like, not because of that, because it's not true. Behind every successful man there's a woman. That's bullshit. It's not true. But behind every successful nation there are very demanding women. If a nation is supposed to be successful, the women have to be demanding. I feel like sometimes women lower their standards so much. And like, there was this story that I listened to, the Bully and the Beast. Shout out, but Bully and the Beast. And it was like, this woman had 4 kids. No, actually it wasn't a Bully and the Beast. I think it was some shit that my girl sent me. Like, yeah, she had 4 kids. I'm like, how can you make a mistake 4 times? Maybe a different guy, like, to the people who have like 4 baby mothers, I'm like, fam, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? It's like, if you get your first kid, that's okay. Trust me. And God forbid, but if my daughter gets her first kid, I understand. But from there onwards, I'm like, keep your fucking legs shut. And as a mother, I feel like you should think about it yourself. I feel like you should think about the baby. You should think about, holy shit, what the fuck am I gonna do? Instead of just thinking about sex. Let me go fuck. Like, bro, some beautiful girls start giving birth early, right? First one is a mistake. But what about the second one? How can you give birth to the first person or your first child and then proceed to give birth to another whilst you know that the man has no commitment to you? Bro, I don't understand that. I've been sitting down and I've been thinking a lot, and I'm like, fam, like women, especially in abroad, are something else. Ghana and Africa, most of them get raped, which is sad. Rape, especially pedophilia, is the biggest sin to me, bro. Like you gotta die for that, right? But what I'm trying to say is that, like, here, what about the people who really slept with them? Do you understand what I mean? Like, how can you give birth to 4 kids with 4 different men and act surprised and broke? How can you be broke with 4 kids? Why should you be broke with 4 kids? I feel like we should put our dicks and vaginas on hold, bro. Because it's a real big issue. Like I very much look at the rich people. Not a lot of them have a lot of kids, and even if they have kids, they're side kids. They don't bring them to their wife's family, but they still take care of their own. Right, so for you, a guy to have like 23 plus kids, women, what the fuck are you thinking about? Like, why don't you do your background checks? It's like, oh, we're living free, I'm living my best life. Nah, bro, you're just adding to the poverty of the black rate. That's what you're doing. Because you can't take care of one. You have 3 more. What the fuck are you gonna start doing? There are 2 things involved. Either you work your ass off to raise those kids, or you work your ass off and you still don't get anywhere with those kids. And that's when you start giving up on your kids. That's when your kids start becoming dependent on other sources. And the whole cycle repeats. Like, listen, if something happens for the first time, bad. Recognize it. A wise man, this is a very popular saying. A wise man learns from the mistake of others. A smart one learns from his mistakes, and the dumb one never learns. Tell me how. And it's a different story if you had a husband, right? And if you guys were financially, and even so, why the fuck will you have 4 kids if you're broke? If you know you can't afford to have 4 kids, why will you have 4 kids? Just because you want to? That's something that we really need to think about. Like, family planning is a real serious thing, and it's killing our neighborhoods. It's killing us as a race. It's killing us as a society, because it's like all we just need is like fuck, beat, fuck, beat, push, push, and it's like, fam, what are you doing, bro? Just because the government is gonna help, so you need to fuck, push, fuck, push. Bro, just because there's metro housing, it's so sad, like, how sometimes women will use their kids to leverage against the system. Have more babies, the government gives you more money. Bro, are you for real? Are you for real? But have you forgotten that when those kids start growing up, the money decreases, no? But like, sometimes I'm like, why do we think about we don't? And it's literally like, the reason why I'm putting a lot of blame on the women is that if women started having high expectations, men will pick up. Men will definitely pick up. Straight men would definitely, I swear to God. Like, we will definitely pick up no matter the weather. We will pick up. You know why? Because we want pussy. And sometimes you see these IG girls who literally sell themselves. They're like, okay, I can't say it's actually, okay, just help me understand. If you take money to go to a private party and just wear bikini and clothes, and just be there. And sometimes there's a lot of sexual activity. Have you not sold yourself? And men do that too. Like, men, yo, now guys even sell themselves for booty, bro. Guy, like, bro, like, what? I go to Indeed, right? And factories, I see factory number 1 hiring, factory number 2 hiring, factory number 3 hiring. Bro, it's fucking hard work, right? But what is better than you fucking working hard? And the government is like, keep some of your money. I feel like, yo, are they fucking us in the ass? Of course. The government is pegging us, bro, doggy style. But the thing is that you have to do it in order to live free with the money that you earned. And what happens to forming partnerships? What happens to writing contracts saying that if you fuck me up, I'm gonna deal with you legally? Why do we always have to resort to shootings? What is better than seizing somebody's assets whilst you're alive and he can't do shit about it? If you kill him, how the fuck is he gonna know if you succeeded or not? To be honest, there's no better revenge than seeing somebody who tried to kill you, and that person will see that you just succeeded. He just made you bigger. He just helped elevate you. Right? And you know what? I think about it all the time and I'm like, it is what it is. But it shouldn't be that. It shouldn't be it is what it is. It should be, what are we doing to change our circumstances? What are we doing to change our solutions? Like, so to get better solutions, you get what I mean? Like right now, I have a class called Proofs. Bro, I hate proofs with all my heart. But I gotta prove that that mathematical equation works. Because I don't want to be part of that black statistics. How can we complain about police brutality, right? Although it being true, yet most of our stereotypes fit. It's like there's nobody making a difference in our lives. Like, we've just become a monument of nothing but stagnancy. Stagnant waters, if you will. But even stagnant waters changes. Right? It's like, even me myself, sometimes when I'm walking and when I see a black person, I'm like, oh shit. You know, what if they got a gun? What if they think I am, part of a gang? And it's sad because when I see a white person, I'm like, fuck this guy. Because he's really scared of me, what I'm gonna do to him. Although I'm like, bro, I hope this guy doesn't call the police. He's also thinking the same thing, that I hope this guy doesn't rob me. Because a lot of those stereotypes fit. We shouldn't call them stereotypes if statistically they are of relevance. A lot of black people do rob outside, do steal outside. A lot of black people do sell drugs. I know a couple. I've seen a drug trade. Like, these stereotypes fit. Especially if you move into certain vicinities. They do fit. But the thing is that we are not making a change for ourselves. Like, bro, I work in a factory and I also go to university. I don't sell drugs. Oh, it's time for me to go. I don't sell drugs. Not because I can't, but because you choose not to sell drugs. And people are complaining that, oh, if you go to colleges, if you get a job, it's not guaranteed. Try Coursera. Not everybody have the math mind. Not everybody has that scientific mind. But I promise you, there's something that how about, you start like your own business, like me. I go to school, I work, I started my own business. I'm also doing a podcast. Like, these little things. How about you change your friends? How about you change, like, it's like and one thing I hate is that my broski was here, he died for the cause, so me too, I'm gonna die for the cause because broski bro. Like, how about you change the narrative? Like, my broski was here, he got shot. It fucking sucks. I want to get revenge, but let me do it the legal way. But sometimes I understand, because if somebody killed my brother, actually, it depends. If somebody killed my brother for the right reasons, let's say he was in a gang, he killed somebody else in a gang, I will be angry, but I would understand. But he's not in a gang. So if somebody kills him, I feel like that will be a different story, which I don't want to share. But yeah, that's different, you know? I feel like, what if we all started making prison life uncool? What if we stop saying that you've been to the bin, so you're cool? And sometimes it's so full of shit, because a lot of factories won't hire you because you have a prison record. But why don't we get in the position where we could leverage our changed behaviors and actually get jobs for now, just over broke for now? Because the thing is that if you don't make it in life, you must make sure that you make it easier for the next generation. That's one wise thing my dad told me. He said, listen, I'm a rich man. He still is. In Ghana, not here. Bro, he made it in Ghana, so think about it. You all motherfuckers complaining, yeah, you shit. But he said, if I make it and my kids don't make it, that means I was never wealthy. I was just a guy who had money. But if I make it and my generation makes it, that makes me a wealthy man, because I've been able to transcend generation. Does that make sense? So I feel like our plan is to make sure that even if we don't hit the $1 billion mark, we actually hit the 100,000 or the $1 million mark, so that our kids will come and hit the next target. That's the $100 million mark, or the $10 million mark, right? The 10th of $1 million mark, or the hundreds of $1 million mark. And if they hit that target, they have to make sure that their kids hit that $1 billionth mark. Right? Then it just has to go. It just has to go. It just has to go. And we had to do that by establishing partnerships in genuine businesses and start writing contracts. Bro, there's no criminal record if you start your own business. There really isn't. And the thing is that you have to surround yourself with friends. You have to get money in order to make money. You have to do some odd jobs. Not drugs. Don't drug. Odd jobs is not selling drugs. You literally have to, like, if you have to be a sanitation worker, clean shit. Bro, I have clean shit before, and I'm not in jail. I'm not. If you see my resume, it's just full of odd jobs. Not because of nothing, but because I have to do it in order to survive and in order to not go to that drug life that I don't want for myself. Now, I feel like as human beings, as people of the black community, because I only speak on the black community because that's the only thing I could relate to, you know? I'm just a hybrid, sort of. I'm from Africa, and I'm also a first generation immigrant. Or second generation. I know. My brother is actually second, but I'm first because he was born here, I wasn't. So yeah, I'm still a first generation immigrant, right? And what I want to say is that, like, bro, you niggas are fucking up real bad, you know? Because I see a lot of opportunities here, a lot of trade work here, a lot of trade work there. And the fact that we could all put our minds together and start something together, you get what I mean? And communicate with each other instead of just being materialistic. Like, bro, if you get money, don't go buy Jordans, go buy stocks. I invested like $2,000 and I've made like $250. It's not a lot. But ask yourself this question. That's just in profit. That's just in profit though. Ask yourself this question. If I've made $250 just with $2,000, right? How much more money will I make when everything goes up eventually? Because you're still buying the Jordans, right? Okay. That means Jordans are still gonna go up eventually. We hope. Predicting, you know? I'll make more, like 10 times more And your Jordans will still be worth less because the Jordans that you're wearing will still be in production. You see my knowledge? Like, listen, those who really want to learn financial literacy, holla at me, bro. I'll do it free of. I don't want your money, bro. I really don't want your money. I will share information with you. You share information with me. That's all I want. Cause I'm sick and tired of us blacks being labeled as, like, I don't know. If you want financial literacy, holla at me because I'm doing something and I think it's gonna work. I'm not like cheating anybody. I'm doing it legally. You just need, as I said, like, you need to work together. Money. We could run stocks together, bro. Like, I don't mind sharing my ideas. We could literally, I have a list of stocks that I feel like if you have like under like $500, you could purchase like a couple, like 30 shares, 40 shares, 50 shares, 60 shares, and even some 500 shares itself. So although you're not gonna make your money imminently, you are going to make a profit eventually, right? And I keep fighting because I'm lactose intolerant. Oh my god. Shit. For those who are lactose intolerant, not eat cheese, bro. But I eat cheese because I love cheese. But yeah, I have to end the recording because as I said, I have a subject called proofs. I'm gonna try to prove the proofs. And if you listen to this episode, no, how should I end it? Okay. Wow, shit, we have one more ad. It's the same ad, Pharmadex. Oh yeah, I forgot. So Pharmadex Inc. PHARMEXD Inc. Bringing your pharmacy, or bring your pharmacy to you. So basically, what they do is they collaborate with local pharmacies to let them compete in prices for their, their over-the-counter or their over-the-counter drugs, so that you get the best price. And if you call Pharmadex, or if you go on Pharmadex online today, you could get $5 free on every single shipping or delivery that you have. This offer is only available in the GTA, Greater Toronto area. So yeah, for those in America, we are sorry, lo siento. But yeah, go to Pharmadex online. That is PHARMEDX online online.com and secure them shits. Once again, if you listen to the Get Hip podcast with family, they're here. We're just here to talk our shit. We hope you like. We hope you subscribe. And we will answer to every single. Actually, that's a lie. We'll answer to every single sensible debate that you have. And once again, if you want financial literacy or anything, just holler at me, You could holler at me through the comments, through my email. I don't know if it is there, but you could holler at me, then we could talk stocks and cool, get big together. Because you be your own people. Okay, welcome. Goodbye for now. Get Hip Podcast. Getting here.